All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Worry wart there.
I knew you were going to say that.
You did?
Mm-hmm. You were going to say worrisome or worrywart or something. Doesn't care about his kids here.
And we are looking at another episode, another clip, I should say, of Wilty.
Or...
Oh, it's just called Wilty. Oh, I guess what I'd like to.
Won't he? Stole it from you.
And we're checking out, this is I think his name is John. This features, right there, featuring John. Kate Humble, Lee Mack, and Miles Jupp. Jupp? We're going to find out. What they say about Kate?
What, Nick?
She's humble. So we're going to go and check this out. We're going to play along. We're going to see who this person is. I thought you knew that was coming.
Nope.
We're going to see who this person is, what's going on. Play along. If you like our reaction anyway, and if you really like that really hard thought out joke, don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded videos.
It's going to be like, actually it's pronounced humble, but whatever.
My glasses and earphones are not getting along. They're like squeezing.
There was a person that was in the men's bathroom today, and no joke, with the soap thing, probably at least 20 times. Why do you need that much? And it was like obsessive, like really hardcore hitting it.
Was nothing coming out of it and they were annoyed?
No, soap was coming out. Just like, the drop each time. Anyways, here we soap.
Right, Miles, first of all.
This is John. He is the contractor who put an addition into our house when we wanted that extra room.
This is John, the guy who's checking out my wife, and I begged him to take her.
What is John to you?
John and I were paid to fight together in a supermarket, dressed as gladiators.
Kate, how do you know John?
This is John, and when I was in Africa, he and I dressed up in a pantomime giraffe costume in order to get close-up shots of giraffes in the wild.
I love that.
Lee, what is your relationship with John?
This is John. Despite being total strangers, we were once forced to share a bed when we were double booked into the same hotel room.
No.
David, where do you want to start?
No.
Well, maybe with Kate, because what
I'm good
I'm
with hers.
reluctant to believe is that the best way of lulling giraffes into a false sense of security is to try and disguise yourself as a giraffe, because I reckon a giraffe, it takes one to know one.
He thought that if we dressed up as a giraffe, then he could put the camera on a kind of periscope thing up the neck of the giraffe and get that evening shot of the giraffes against the sunset. Now, you said very astutely that it takes a giraffe to know a giraffe. If we tried to do this in daylight, it would have failed completely, because giraffes have extremely good day vision, but their night vision isn't very good, and that's why we decided to try it.
Why is it then necessary to disguise as a giraffe at all? Why not just take a stepladder?
They are not completely blind. They're just not necessarily going to worry too much about whether you're made out of polyester or real fur.
Do you just show us how you did
how
this?
It works.
How it works.
Would you like me to do that with John?
Lee would be the perfect partner for this.
Lee, if you come...
He has a look of the wild about him.
Here.
Kate's going to demonstrate the whole giraffe doppelganger with you, Lee.
So you are in the front, OK? You need to stand about there. And actually, could you three stand up and all just be giraffes in the wild with the sun behind you?
Yes. Okay. Do you ever get the feeling she's mocking us?
OK, so you've got this big giraffe costume on, and it's got a kind of pole up the back as its spine. You have got a camera on a pole poking out of the mouth of the giraffe, right towards them, OK?
Right.
I am behind you.
Kate, at what point do you say action?
I've got the laptop here.
Right.
So I'm checking the focus and saying to John, OK, you're nicely framed up. That's looking lovely. There was a
By the way,
stand.
I'm a meerkat.
Excellent. You're doing a very good job. No.
All right. Well, I think that's
Is
made
that-
it a lot
So
clearer.
there we
Let's
are.
say thank you to our giraffes. And most of all, a big round of applause for our meerkat. Right. Who would you like to question next?
Yes, Miles. You had to dress up as a
Gladiator.
gladiator.
Yeah.
As in a Roman gladiator, or as in from the TV show Gladiators.
Roman gladiator.
So it's a sort of sword and sandals.
Yeah, breastplates.
What sort of gladiator were you?
We each had a sword and a shield, and we did battle.
And this was in a supermarket?
Yes.
Were you employed, or was this just...
We were in...
Or a distraction technique,
Yeah,
so that someone else could steal
some
biscuits.
cakes?
We were promoting a range of foods.
Fresh lion meat, you know, the usual.
We were promoting a range of foods, the Viva Italia delicatessen range. I don't know if you remember when Safeways rolled that out. And we would have this fight, and then one of us would die, or be beaten, be vanquished, and the other one would say, "Oh, how did you get the strength to beat me?" And you'd say, "From aisle 7, where
So bad.
where I've been feasting on the Viva Italia delicatessen range."
What about Lee? Lee, remind us, what is your link to John? I've forgotten.
This is John.
Yes?
And we were once forced to share a hotel room together, or share a bed in a hotel room, because we've been double booked.
So, where was the hotel, Lee?
The hotel was in Scotland.
OK, do you want to be more specific than that?
OK. It was right in Scotland.
OK. Be more specific?
He's horrible at
specific?
keeping a straight face.
I was at Aliskye.
OK. Oh, yeah, fine. I believe you. What were you doing?
I was at a wedding
Yeah, when was this wedding?
9 years ago.
You came back from the wedding, so
So I
it was
came back
late.
from the wedding.
Got to the
I've had
hotel.
a bit too much to drink.
Right.
I go to reception. I say hello. I'm. Well, I don't have to say. And
9 years ago. Yes, you
but so I told them who I was. She leans round. She gives me the key. I go upstairs. No lift.
Right. She doesn't in any way go, by the way, there is a large man already in this room.
No, obviously, she wasn't aware of the mix-up. Otherwise, she would have stopped me, wouldn't she? She didn't... As I walked off, she didn't go... What? Nothing. You'll see.
So what happened?
He's just enjoying
You
himself.
were given the key by reception and
Yes.
then opened the door and he was in there?
Correct.
At which point you said...
I was a bit drunk, so I just assumed that there'd been a mix-up, wrong key, I was in the wrong room, so I just went, "Oh, sorry." And he went, and I sort of... I can't remember
He said
exactly.
what?
He went, "Oh, sorry." You don't mock him, wait till he opens his mouth in a minute. Rob says, "Come on, who are you?" He goes,
And you go back down
I go
to
back
reception
down.
to say...
I said, "You've given me the wrong key."
Yeah. Then she said, sorry, there's been a mix-up.
Been a mix-up, and she said...
You're going to have to go back in there.
I was in the right room, he was in the wrong room, but he checked in earlier on. So it wasn't her mistake, it was a mistake early on by somebody else.
Why didn't you investigate the possibility of sharing with the person in the other room?
Oh, yeah. What I did was I went round all the rooms. And I went... I don't think so, do you? You're looking at it, soldier.
When the two of you realised that you were going to have to share a bed together, did you have a kind of a negotiation?
I have never been to bed with anyone where negotiations have been involved. That's not completely true. But,
No, what I mean is, did you say, for example, I like to sleep on this side of the bed? I'm happiest on the right-hand side?
before we even got to that point, we both tried to not to sleep in the same bed. I didn't just go, "What the hell are you doing? I'm going to sleep on the left and you can sleep on the right." Didn't I?
Right, so we need an answer. What do you think?
Oh, gosh. I have no idea.
I'm still sticking with the girl like I chose from the very
giraffe?
beginning. I like the story. I can see the other guy, but I'm sticking with the girl. I could see the other guy's story better if they were a bunch of teenagers and they just decided to, like, be goofy as opposed to, you know.
I feel like I've seen that Miles guy somewhere. I'm not sure where. So, he's the one that I believe the most, but I don't really believe it. And...
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I like Lee Max. I don't know why you would sleep in the same bed.
No.
You guys have to. Sorry. Or you're not going to sleep
that
here.
That would not work.
I could see him saying, like, I was so drunk, I didn't even realize we were in the same bed
Yes.
until the morning time.
Yes.
And he didn't say anything for who knows why. I'm going to go with the supermarket one. The fighting.
Okay. I love it.
But I have no confidence.
Really don't know. Whatever we say, if we get it wrong, we'll look like we've believed something ridiculous.
Exactly.
I don't believe that the best way of photographing giraffes at sunset is to disguise yourself as a giraffe.
I could believe that, though.
I just two
I could believe
actors
someone trying that.
Yes.
fighting in a supermarket. But why? If you're pushing a range of sort of Italian delicatessen foods, are you going to imply that they give you gladiatorial strength?
Well, it's straight to kill somebody.
That's not what people are looking for in that kind of, in a nice bit of pastrami. But will it be able to give me the strength to murder?
Also, don't you think that John looks like the kind of bloke you would bump into at a Scottish wedding?
See, I know it sounds weird. I kind of believe Kate's version more. Yeah.
You think Lee?
I think Lee, yeah.
I think Lee. But what if it's Miles then? Then that's awful. It's Miles then. We're going to say Lee.
You're going to say Lee, the
He
wedding, the
believes
bed,
Lee?
the night together.
The
So,
lesser
John,
of all evils.
would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm John, and I was once paid to fight Miles in a supermarket.
Let's go.
That is cool.
Yeah, John and Miles were paid to fight each other in a supermarket
Please tell me you
while
have a
dressed
photo.
as gladiators.
It's a horrible, stupid game.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you.
He seems ginormous.
Yeah, super, super tall. Super tall. He could not keep a straight face at all the whole time.
I loved it. Finally, someone's human.
Well, and I don't see the problem with laughing because we still
I don't
didn't
see the
know
problem
who
with
it
it either
was,
because,
but
yeah, I guess you don't want to show any, like, I know them, so they're funny.
yeah.
That Miles guy, it must have been early in his career. If he's on this show, he's probably done something with himself to where the best gig you can get is a local or just a supermarket to fight someone to hopefully sell to a few dozen people some meat.
They could be teenagers when he
Yeah,
works.
but still, yeah, I guess. I want to know more about that story. But yes, I got swayed by David Mitchell's giraffe things. I want to say I've heard of people doing stuff like that, but maybe it was just on a movie. And then Lee's, I just don't believe that the hotel would even be okay liability-wise.
Yes, exactly.
Having you or even allowing you.
You don't know who you're sleeping next to. Neither person would agree to it. Your stuff is there. You don't trust the person. They're going to steal your stuff. Like, yeah, no.
But I love how it's the one that they did not think was it at all and it ended up being.
Yes.
But what if it's Miles? It definitely was Miles. Wow. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. Love those as always. We hope you enjoyed our reaction to it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Come back for some more videos in the future. And until next time.
Goodbye.